All right, I'm gonna set 4 minutes.
means record, right?
Yeah, as long as it's I'll come check it and make sure. But I got like 4.5 minutes or 4 minutes to do the KFC here.
Is it reading? Yes, sir. Ish.
Does this question make sense to everybody?
Basically what it's saying is, should we use reason to determine whether we accept ideas or reject them?
Yes. Okay, yeah, perfect. So the long and the short of it is, do we use reasoning or reason to accept information, either accept it or reject it, right? So before we have a conversation or think about doing something, do we use reason to make that choice? Or do we just do it because we want to do it? Is that pretty good with that? This goes back to the 8 ways of knowing. Yeah, that would be good. All right, we got about 1 minute and 20 seconds left. About 30 seconds. All right, let's come together here. Looks like we already got a hand for. Yes, go ahead, Jay.
Okay, so I said that, well, I think reading play like a large part in what we accept or reject. I don't think we're like actively thinking about it most of the time. I think with a lot of times, like what you see or perceive and stuff, you kind of like willingly accept it, but there's not really any thought of like, am I going to analyze this before I kind of accept it, versus if someone tells you something that immediately doesn't make sense to you, then like analyze it.
Okay, we're almost going back, like a week ago when we talked about you automatically in your brain, you don't think about your reasoning, you just do it, right? You're automatically interpreting the information without thinking about it. So that'd be like an ish, right? Kind of in the middle. All right, good. I like that answer. That is.
I'll say it's as well, because to piggyback her, that we do make, sometimes we make irrational decisions and make decisions based on like a reaction basically, but sometimes we usually feel bad about some of our decisions we make, so reasoning would be to have our best judgment, so I'll say ish, they need a reason to keep your judgment and not to go back.
Okay, yeah, that's good you brought that up. A lot of times you do things based off of reasoning, but then other times you might not have a reason for doing it, you just do it, right? So, and there's also consequences if you don't think about what you're doing. That's when the reasoning really comes into play and you get in trouble for it. Then you really have to think about it, right? So it depends on what you're doing.
I also said ish because like the reasoning could have some backup help like beyond it. But if you have an opinion that like a strong opinion about something, the reason might still not help change it. So like if you believe something strongly, then like the reasoning behind it might not change the way you think.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, how what you believe in can have a big impact on your reasoning or choice making for that matter. Good. One more. Gabby?
I say yes.
Yes?
Because without reasoning, like how can you really accept what is being told to you? You can't just come up to somebody and like, oh, I like the color blue, or you should like the color blue. Like, why? You need some reason. It just secures your thinking and helps you make a better decision in life.
Okay, yeah, good. So what if everybody just went and did whatever they wanted? Like they didn't think about anything, they just did this. You want to punch somebody in the face, punch them in the face, right? It'd be like anarchy from government class, right? Just do whatever you want.
Bless you.
Doing whatever you want. All right, anyway, good. Awesome. All right, so real quick, we're going to do our KFC in a second. Trell's going to have a little announcement for you. I got a mini lecture. Shouldn't take long. I shortened up the slides, so it's not a lot of note taking at all. And then the activity/experiment. Have fun with that, and then we'll just do a worksheet based off of the experiment activities. Go ahead.
So yesterday, sent me a group me while I was waiting in the Secretary of State. I know y'all were expecting a certain thing, but it has come down from the powers that be that there will be a Q1 quarterly given on Monday. Before we start complaining, remember my grade book is mine. I had a meeting with the other social studies teachers. It's going to go in as a quiz grade. So it's not a quarterly grade. It's not ridiculous 35%. It is a quiz grade, so that means you do need to prepare it. Either it can harm you. I've never seen a TOK exam. I've never taken a TOK exam. They won't tell me what's on the TOK exam. So my advice to you over the next couple of days until I get clarification, just go back and start rereading your notes. It's more than likely going to be essay-based. The IB test for economics is 4 short answers. Think of like 4 little essays that you complete in an hour and a half. TOK is probably structured the same way. But once this is all the information I have. I was talking to O about it in the back. We were emailing. We're trying to get more information from them for you. Once I know, I'll tell you. Yeah.
So do you think there'll be wrong with like actual quarterly?
Because it's IB, it's going to be, I would argue it's a little longer, or at least it's labor intensive, less questions. Like IB economics, you're answering 4 questions at the end of the day, but it's all writing, it's all based on your comprehension and your confidence in the course, as opposed to multiple choice. But if you've been paying attention, part of the conversation, you took the notes, it'll be fine, no big deal. And then just my grade book at the end of the day, so if they give us something ridiculous that we able to talk about, I'm not going to harm you with that. That's all I got.
All right. Moving on. All right, so yeah, we're talking about reason today. So reason, one of our 8 ways of knowing. reason is our capacity to think beyond our immediate experiences. Okay, so I found a great example of reasoning and how we can do, kind of explain it or whatever. So you're gonna definitely get this down in your notes for sure. Give you about 30 seconds to write that down, and then I'm gonna start the little example I have. It's kind of interesting. Make it look more like a bus. Try to anyway. Not the best drawer.
Is that all fish? Yes.
Well, that would defeat the purpose, I guess.
Is that supposed to be the ratio?
Like the taco.
That's a taco.
I have to draw it this way, or else it defeats the purpose.
Taco truck.
Oh, okay.
It's a Dorito Locos Tacos on wheels.
Right? Okay, all right, so we have our bus here, okay? So, we're looking at this bus. I want to show of hands in a minute, how many people think it's going right? Or how many people think it's going left? Based how I drew it, that was no distinction in the previous drawing I had. So based off of this image, do you think it's going to, like, traveling right or left?
It's nowhere.
All right, so give me a hands for left. We'll do left first.
Is that going that way?
So if you were looking at the screen, left would be that way.
Can I get statement?
All right, so just two. So the rest, only two to the left. The rest are to the right.
Yes.
You're okay. So there's some that actually say it's not even moving.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So so we got two here. How many say it's not moving? Okay, 4. So the rest would say that it's going to the right, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So roughly that's, I don't know, let's say 15 just to say. Okay, all right, so it actually is traveling to the right because there's no door. Like if the door was on this side, then it'd be traveling to the left. Does that make sense?
I said that it's on the left side of the door. It's on the left side of the bus. That's stupid.
Well, see, I researched this, and kindergartners figured this out, which makes sense now that I think about it, because kindergartners are riding the bus all the time. So they might recognize that, oh, the bus is on, or the door is on that side, so it would be traveling to the right. I thought it was kind of fast. So anyway, that's the reasoning behind that. And again, it goes back to the reasoning. That's the reason why we know it's traveling to the right is because of the door. All right. Does that make sense for everybody? All right.
You said it's moving to the
Yes, it'd be going to the right because the door is not on that side. Okay, all right, here's to the next one. So we're talking about deductive reasoning.
False.
Mason, you wanna read that loud and proud for me?
Everyone at DEPSA is a good basketball. Oh, no, okay.
Yeah,
Deductive reasoning, from general to specific. Oh, example, everyone at DEPSA is a good basketball player.
Okay, all right, so re-highlight that. So this is one of the major types of reasoning. It's deductive reasoning. It's from general to specific, okay? You don't need to copy down the example. All right, it uses facts, rules, and definitions to come to a conclusion. So the example, everyone at DEPSA is a good basketball player. Is this true or not true, and why?
False.
False.
It's false. Okay, why would you say it's false?
Because not everybody's at the lake.
Okay, yeah. So DEPSA is known for having good basketball teams, right? The girls teams win state championships, and the boys won last year too, right? Okay, so you're known for it. That's one of the first things that I heard of when I moved to this school, right, is that you have a great basketball team. So people can make the assumption that everyone at DEPSA is good at basketball, right? But that would be the deductive reasoning, because just because people say that you're good at, the school's good at basketball doesn't mean that it's good at basketball, right? Everyone's good at basketball, I should say. All right, so everybody got this, definition down? We're good? All right, now we're going to inductive reasoning. Okay. Who wants to read this one loud and proud for me? Let's see. Joel, how about it? Real loud.
Specific to general uses patterns, similarities, equals conclusion.
All right, good. Yeah, so inductive reasoning, it's just the opposite. So it goes from specific to general, right? And we use patterns and similarities. So we're not using fact for this one. We're just using like something that we see as similar, or like a pattern we see to come to that conclusion in the reasoning. So an example, metal expands when it gets hot. Oh, by the way, you do not need to write this part down. You don't need that. Metal expands when it gets hot. Water expands when it gets hot. Gas expands when it gets hot, right? So that's, and then the general, things expand when they get hot. Is that a fact? Is there a potential problem with that?
Yes.
Okay, why do you say that there's a problem with that?
It's not specific.
Yeah, well, there's things that get hot and don't expand, right?
What check for truth could you use for that? To vet his question, correspondence.
You can go look at things in real life that do not expand and things that do expand.
What about coherence?
But that was a mistake. I meant to say correspondence.
Okay, here's another example. Let's say your head gets hot. Is your head gonna expand?
No.
No. But actually,
Wait a minute. Technically, I know this is not gonna sound right, but it doesn't even matter if it get hot. Think about it. Using like the water expands example, if you just put water on a hat and it got hot, technically the water's gonna make the hat soggy and then the water will expand, correct?
yeah, it could. Yeah. But so yeah, your head won't blow up, but your skin when it gets hot will expand. So your like the size of your body won't expand like this, but your skin can expand. So that just goes back to like, you know, the inductive reasoning. Some things are, some things aren't. Okay. Everybody good with that definition? Makes sense to everybody? You got it? Alright. Okay, so I got a question for you that goes back to what we were just talking about. All swans are white. Is this true? No. Okay, alright, I hear a few different answers. So, go ahead, Faith.
I'm sorry, I was about to.
Oh, alright, no worries. So, all swans are white. This is not true. Joel actually got it. There are black swans. Does anybody know where black swans are?
Some are in Michigan.
They are actually in Australia. A long time ago, a lot of scientists said that there were no other white swans, but they didn't go to Australia. Once they found a black swan in Australia, they found out this to not be a true statement. There are not, all swans are not white. Right? Everybody make sense? Good? All right. So now, we're going to get into the activity/experiment. So, yesterday I was kind of messing around with this stuff, so we're not going to blow up.
But he did have more facial hair last time.
That's right. The first time did not go so well, but the next 10 times went well. Only the first row needs goggles.
I like one. That does not sound.
You don't need goggles.
I spoke.
All right, so for the activity, you're going to need to pay attention to the process and what happens in the glasses. Okay? Can everybody see? If you can't see from all the way back there, just kind of stand up.
Want to come up?
Yeah, or move to the sides. You want to see these glasses right here.
No.
Okay? If you come any closer than the front row.
If you're in the
I'll
front
give you
row,
some,
yes.
Some goggles here.
Come up closer, just grab some goggles.
They just want us some Googles.
Oh, why don't you?
Why are you trying to be like these? You wanna come closer? You're trying to be like
Kayla, get your goggles.
You said like.
Thank you.
Alright, so yeah, the worksheet that we're gonna do shortly after this will relate to this.
You're doing too much. I was right in front of you.
Oh, these tight. Mine loose.
I'm tight. I'm damn, I have a line. You cussing. I said ding, I'm gonna have a line. I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't pay attention. Normally, the experiment, I like to be pouring this, but I didn't wanna leave it out. So, you shouldn't really see me doing this, but that's beside the point. Don't worry.
Close my eyes.
Oh, okay, it's better.
Look, David, before you miss it. Oh, be careful, Mr. H. You don't have any gloves.
Yeah, you don't, that's
Open-toed shoes. Just kidding.
I'm gonna put that.
Alright. So we start off with just water, right? Everyday water. So we're gonna pour it in here.
Whoa.
Is there any difference?
Yeah, it's all over.
Yeah, slightly blue, right?
Yeah.
So then we're gonna pour it in this.
Blue.
God.
Dang it, I
It's the
missed it.
same.
Blue though.
That one
So
tastes
it got
good.
slightly bluer, not
Yeah.
really much.
It should
bluer.
turn purple now.
So now,
Red make purple.
we have,
Oh my God.
pour in the last.
It's gonna explode. It's gonna light up. Looks like urine.
It's a chemical
It's
reaction.
So if you were to come up, it's actually hot. It was steaming.
I'll
You
keep on your
can put your hand here. Do not touch the liquid nor the glass.
Oh my god, I wanted to.
Grace, you don't have goggles.
Steaming a little bit.
I love something.
It's hot.
Why? Can I touch water? Why?
I don't feel anything.
I have to walk past He be dying laughing when he did. And when he see the album, bro. When I say I was
Alright, let's bring it back together.
Oh, these are crazy.
So now, did anybody notice what happened? Listen up, everybody.
It's regular water now.
Well, it's almost more like dirty tap water, right?
Don't
So,
mention this.
clear water to blue,
Sorry if
to a
anyone
different
complains.
shade of blue, and then it was violet and mixed in, and then it came out to almost dirty tap water. I mean, it's,
dirty tap water.
yeah, right? And it's steamed, and it's some steam, and there's some bubbling going on. Okay, so now, we're gonna pass out the activity. The activity is, it can be somewhat fact-based, but it's also opinion. So write it how you read the question. Just write it use your reasoning and how you would answer the question. You can work independently, you can bounce some ideas off of people at your table, but try to come up with your own answers. Come on over there, grandson.
Thank you.
You're making faces in my face.
Yes, she was. Our apologies.
Alright, we're gonna do, about 10, 15 minutes to do this worksheet. We're gonna come together and talk about it. You want- I'm sure they look great. You're welcome.
Like, give examples.
So yeah, experience or how you felt about it. No right or wrong. So question, procedures, reasoning, skills.
What do you mean, what do I know about colors?
Yeah, so from your experience, other than what just happened, you for example, you have juice. One cup of milk is too much water. Well, if you have juice, like, and it's too smooth, you put a bunch of ice in it, and it's like, well, yeah, that, so they also like, oh, it takes some of the, so that'd be an experience that everybody's not as yeah, or like use bleach in my laundry.
I use clothes.
I'm putting the water fluid.
Alright, I'm gonna set a timer here, do about 10 to 12 more minutes.
Olive blend, fire.
Say it, huh?
This is an example of I wrote that. This is what helps you do.
Yeah, no, I think we should just, they're always like.
So, real quick, for number 3, if you think it's deductive, write deductive. It doesn't have to be inductive. Write down folks in here while
Yo.
were you guys hoping that experiment would be like hard?
I was hoping, I thought it was that's so small that we were going to that up.
I thought we were gonna be more.
I actually, like, this isn't really 100% what it's supposed to look like. I'm gonna show you a video at the end of the hour what it's really supposed to look like, because I couldn't get my chemicals from the stores that's needed to make it exactly the way it's supposed to be. But with that being said, like, I got these chemicals and I went home and I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Yeah, so I was at home, I was together, I was like, first I was afraid I was gonna blow up, using stuff like that's more chemicals that are mixed in than what's supposed to be there.
Filtered water into glass.
Anyways, it's done. I mean, it's like that, you know. No, it's just, I'll show you the video at the end. It's supposed to like turn like a pinkish color, like a coat color, and then I did get the last color right.
I'm still putting it, I actually. They want to become my brother. It's just. I wouldn't know, I thought.
That was like it was like
It's boiling, or it's not boiling, but
So we poured the residue from this glass into the back cup with an orange, and he's gonna show everybody what it's doing to the orange.
What does it look like? Can you take it out for the board?
So, Cottrell's, showing everybody, so the residue and what's that.
I don't know why.
That like acid
Deep
That's catchy.
Oh, now I understand why you said it was slowly dissolving. I thought it was all-
No, don't even pull up, bro. I'm definitely excited.
we're talking about the rest of the
Got about, 3 or 4 more minutes.
You gonna probably make a few racks as soon as he put it in there.
Right.
Number 3, are you talking about the experiments we did? Mr. A.
Yes.
Number 3, are you talking about the experiments you did? Like, is it in the reading? Or is it the advertising?
Like I said, wasn't that B or whatever?
That's a possum. That ain't a rat.
The way I'm just putting this or looking at it, it's not so much is it the right answer, it's just more.
What exactly?
Man, I said
I don't understand.
How you, like, your thoughts.
You should just take it off the road.
I didn't know it was gonna be. You're not doing that. Real ones, I didn't read it.
Am I just saying like,
That's why I use Mark.
so, okay, so like from my perspective, the war is turned, y'all said it turned second, you said, did that mean?
Big car, put it on top, yeah, for sure. The car is there. Yeah. We killed it.
I wasn't even here yesterday.
I'm checking in for her.
Ian, she put it in the box. I gotta turn mine in. I wasn't even here yesterday. I wasn't here Monday. I gotta be at
I think it could be.
We got an A2B0 I think that's. I'll be the next one. Oh my God, I get this, but I'm looking towards C.
Alright, got about, looks like everyone's about done.
We are, with these I just thought about it, at least for, this school really gives us some, I have We had a meeting with it, the social studies group. We're gonna.
We're gonna go over it together as a class.
Once we find out more information, I'll let you know. Like, I've never seen it here. I get around this, I saw those positives.
I think they said if you got like water,
Joel, what you doing with your phone?
Yeah, right.
Showing basic, right?
Mason.
No. Right, get him, Cottrell.
All right, finish up your thoughts. We're gonna go over the worksheet as a class.
There's two chips.
No, he's already, he has to deal with me every day, he already knows that.
What you mean?
All right, let's go over this. Who would like to volunteer for the reading of number 1 and their answer for number 1?
I got it.
All right, Jason, read it loud and proud for me.
Write down something you know from experience about pouring a colorless liquid. I said, when I put lighter fluid on a fire, it got bigger and turned orange.
Okay, yeah, lighter fluid is a, and most of the time it is a colorless liquid. That's a really good one, I didn't hear that last
Thank
hour.
you so much.
So yeah, you put lighter fluid on the fire and it makes the fire bigger, right? It changes the liquid from liquid to heat to gas. I got you.
Something that I said, something that I know from experience about pouring the colorless liquid is like, it doesn't seem harmful, like from like looking to sight, but it can be harmful, like for instance, pour bleach into like, yeah, for like drinking bleach.
Yeah.
It looks like water, whatever, so it don't seem harmful.
Oh yeah, yeah, if you drink bleach or if you use it incorrectly, it'll stain your clothes. Same with hydrogen peroxide.
Side note on that, something we learned last hour I'd never heard of before. Some individuals do microwave Fabuloso. It's amazing. It's a purple cleaning product you find a lot at the dollar store. It's like intense. If you you boil it, excuse me. It's supposed to smell good, which is fine, but also know that there's chemicals in there. So if you're an asthmatic and your mama does that, please remind her of that. It can actually harm your lungs. We had a story last hour shared, somebody boiled bleach. The entire family passed out. So just smart. With the chemicals?
I do that. All right, let's bring it back together. Bring it back together. We'll have some time at the end of the hour. We can talk about radio stories. Bring it back together, please, listen up. Finish this up real quick. All right, we have one more over here, right? That you get?
Yeah, but I wanted to
Listen up, one conversation.
It's somewhat tied into an interactive. I think you can't always assume that it's just water.
Okay, yeah, you can't always assume that a colorless liquid or clear liquid is water. Yeah, that's very true. A lot of times there can be acids in there that are clear.
All right, you had one?
yes, it's like, what is it called, like washing powder, is usually a best for some reason, I cut,
So you're saying that you drank some detergent that was clear and you thought it was water?
Yeah, but you didn't do the time challenge.
Were you blowing bubbles?
How'd you know?
No, it was.
Because I've seen them on YouTube. That I did.
I did too.
I've actually accidentally drank soda. All right, does anybody have one more for that question? Anybody have another good one? You don't give them the phone. All right, let's bring it back together. Bring it back together. We're almost done here. All right, number 3. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Number 2, when and how did you learn this? Because we already just highlighted that. Gabby learned that when she drank a clear liquid that she did not, was not water.
And like, for example, like rubbing alcohol, like look at the clear one, like you can just smell it, like water don't have a smell, so you can smell
Yeah,
something that's clear.
that's really good. Yeah, no one came up with that. That is true. So rubbing alcohol, used to clean out wounds and used for other things. It has a smell to it. It's clear. So before you almost accidentally drink it, you would get it with a strong alcohol odor. Same with hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide has a not as pungent of an odor as alcohol, but if you ever get blood in your clothes, you could actually use hydrogen peroxide to get that out. So, all right. Number 3. Who wants to read that one loud and proud for me and give me their answer?
Number 3?
Yeah, number 3.
I'll do it.
Listen up.
Number 3 says, is this an example of inductive reasoning? Explain why. No, it is an example of deductive reasoning due to it being able to show like reasoning of why it happened or why this thing caused. It's like cause and effect basically. So that works as reasoning as well.
Okay, yeah, good cause and effect. She said it was deductive, which I did say it could be deductive or inductive. The way I set up this worksheet is that it's based off your opinion, not so much right or wrong answers, because I wanted you to observe the experiment and come up with your own conclusions and how you would reason, right? Because the main topic is the reasoning. So very good. Can we get another one? Sorry, did I bleed?
Monet.
Yeah. Monet?
I said that it is an example of inductive reasoning, and I said it focused on just the general first and the specific, like what colors were in the glass, and then we focused on what was there chemicals in it or things like that.
Okay, good. Yeah, so going back to the experiment, I'm going to show a video of a different way to do it. I couldn't get the chemicals over the counter or at the store that were completely necessary, so we're going to show you a little video at the end of what it was actually supposed to look like. So you weren't actually supposed to see me pouring the chemicals in there. Okay, that was just my way of doing the experiment to do it. So yeah, so we'll get to that video in a little bit, but thank you. You have one more for that? Yeah, for number 3. Yep.
Well, based off what I wrote for number 1 and 2, I said, yes, it's an example for inductive reasoning, because my theory was that it's dangerous to pour colorless liquid because you don't know if they have like any extra effects. And I said that's an example of inductive reasoning because I recall a specific example that I derived my answer from, which was in 6th grade when my teachers was telling us like, never pour colorless liquid because you don't know what it's going to do. And I said from that specific example, I was able to create like a general theory. So I literally went from general to
Okay, good. Yeah, perfect. That was a great answer, actually. Good job.
Good job, man.
All right, number 4. You're gonna do number 4 and give me number 5 as well. So you're gonna pick A, B, or C, and then give me your answer. Okay, who wants to take a shot at it? All right, Gabby, go ahead.
I said B to advise because it's a clearly difference. Some people change colors. And the reason I say that is because it's not necessarily about the colors liquids, but what's in those colors liquids.
Perfect, yeah, that was a great answer. So yeah, colorless liquids don't usually change color. Yeah, they usually don't. And like Gabby said, we don't always know what's in those colorless liquids. If there isn't anything in water, it's gonna be water. But if you add something, a chemical, and put it in with other clear liquids, it will most likely have a reaction. Okay, let's get one more for that. 4. Number 4. Thaddeus, what do you got for number 4?
I got C.
You got
And
C?
for number 5, I said, I didn't put a suggestion, but I said they change color by taking color from another substance or object in contact.
Okay, yeah, through contact of mixing the liquids, it changed color. Okay. All right, number 6. Write down a new theory, taking your answer to question 5 into account. So who came up with a new theory?
That's it.
Yeah, that was true. Khalil, when you, yours was a really good answer. When you come up with number 6?
So when I revised my theory, I changed it to mixing colors and liquids can have unforeseen
Okay,
or
yeah,
can cause.
mixing colorless liquids can have unforeseen causes or effects. Yes, that's good. All right, let's get one more for this one. Who hasn't said one? Yeah, we got a good one for number 6. All right, speak loud so I can hear you.
I said, I think the liquid is some type of acid that had a reaction to like that water that you poured in. I said that it had a reaction to the water that you poured in and caused it to like get hot.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so before we outline number 7, perfect. So what I did there is I had tap water, I mixed it into, the second glass had potassium or magnetite. I'm probably not saying that second word correct, but potassium magnetite. And then also I had hydrogen peroxide in the third glass, and then the fourth glass was actually sulfuric acid. So that's how the experiment, the chemicals I used. Yes, the chemicals changed the tap water. The heat, the color, and yeah, it all changed based off of the chemicals. All right, number 7. Who wants to do number 7 for me? Ninja, go ahead.
I said the difference would be the fact that like inductive is like a opinion based or it's not like actual because you said or the definition is like patterns and patterns so that you can keep doing something wrong the same time over and over again.
Yep.
While deductive is like factual because it's rules, definitions, and stuff.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that was a good explanation. We got one more? Yeah, we go ahead.
I basically said it's either building down, building on something or breaking it down, could you make them general specific or vice versa? So if you can build something new, break it down to make it basic.
Okay, yeah, perfect. Yeah, I have a recap up on the board here. Just highlights the differences. Inductive reasoning uses patterns to arrive at a conclusion. Deductive uses facts, rules, definitions, or property to arrive at a conclusion. Yeah, that's it for the lesson today. I'm going to collect your papers. I hope you enjoyed that lesson. Try to make it fun.
Hey, Faith, grab the lights for the scene.
And yeah, we're going to show you what the activity would have looked like had I been able to get the chemicals.